It's Legacy. Just got done giving her a walk, quick little 5-10 minute walk. Just got her tied up to this old kennel. I don't use it anymore. As you can see, stuff done grown up around it. But I want to talk to you a little bit about this breed and what I've been through with this breed. And everybody give these dogs a bad name, and you know, but in reality, from what I've seen, is not the breed or it's not the dogs, is mainly the people and the idiots that don't know about the breed. And I've been into these dogs for almost a decade now, almost 10 years. As you can see, Fat 7 years old, and I had a couple dogs before her when I started. But the reason I say it's the people and the idiots that don't know about this blood is because when I first started, you know, I had a couple dogs before Fats, you know, 2 older dogs before Fats. She was still a little puppy. And I was just starting, and, you know, these dogs don't try to bite you or don't try to harm you. And yet, some human, some person decided to come in my backyard and poison these dogs. You know, give these dogs something to harm them, even though they wasn't harming them. Even though they don't bite people. As you can see in my videos, you know, I pet them while they're eating their food, you know. I give them raw chicken. I could be up in their face. They don't try to growl or anything at me. But yet someone decided to poison them dogs. I woke up in the morning and one was already passed away. Another one, his name was Kilo. He tried to get up and walk, didn't have any balance, you know, fell, was real weak, tried to get back up, you know, right then and there. I took him to an animal hospital where the animal hospital ran tests, you know, did their thing. X-rays, you know, and it wasn't cheap. But at the end of the day, they told me he had been poisoned and it was too far gone. They couldn't save him, so they put him down. I took him home, buried him. I immediately took precautions with Fat and gave her some stuff. And out of 3 dogs, Fat was the only one that survived. And that was due to a human. That wasn't due to what they did or how they acted, because they don't try to bite anyone or they don't growl at people, and, you know, they don't try to cause harm to anyone or even think about causing harm, you know. And yeah, someone decided to poison them. You know, I don't know if it was a neighbor or someone hated that was getting into it, or if somebody just hated the type of dog that there was, but they did it. And, you know, and I feel like, you know, those dogs didn't deserve that. But through God, you know, he looked after Fat, and, you know, Fat never got sick, and, you know, still here to this day, going strong, 7 years old. And that's why I say, you know, that's why I want to give information about what I've been through these dogs, you know, because I'm not a newbie. I ain't been in it for a year or 2, 3 years, you know. I've been in it for almost 10 years now. I've learned from these dogs, you know, and I've learned, you know, how people give them bad names, but really, you know, they're not bad dogs. You know, usually when you hear about a dog being bit, or I mean, a dog biting someone, is usually not even this type of breed, or it's not really the true American Pit Bull Terrier. It's really some, you know, dog that's been backyard bred, you know. And I have a lot of experience, hands-on experience with these dogs. I know their temperament. I know how they're bred. I know how they should act. And I also had another occasion, say about a few years ago, about 3 years ago maybe, where I had the dogs on my yard, and And my neighbor would always call the police on me. I don't know if it was one neighbor, two neighbor, three neighbors, whatever was the deal, they were idiots. Maybe they were book smart. I don't know. I really didn't know them that well because the way they did things, I didn't want to put myself, close to them type of people. But I had the dogs on my yard, and they'd call the police, once a day. Police showed up at my house, 6 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the night, whatever it was. The pound, numerous times. I could count. If I have 5 sets of hands, I still won't be able to count how many times a pound of police came up to my house. Over neighbors calling, saying this, saying that, just because they were the type of dog they were. But police couldn't do anything about it. The pound couldn't do anything about it. I never was charged, never was given a ticket, any of that stuff. Because every time they came out, my yard was in perfect condition. My dogs were in perfect condition. I always had water, always had food, always had a clean spot. Never had any beat up dogs. And, there was kids in the yard that would go and, pet my dogs. I had pictures with kids with these dogs. My girl has a daughter, she goes out there and feeds them, or she goes out there and walks them and plays with them, and, with confidence, she can go back there by herself, she don't have to have somebody watching her. She goes back there whenever she wants, because the trust I have in these dogs, the trust that we have in these dogs, we know these dogs ain't that type of dog. But yet, I had people wanting to call the police and do this and do that for no reason. Lexi, quit. Come here. And, I just think it's bullshit. I think it's just people that have no knowledge of these dogs and probably feel, oh, they're pit bulls. Let's get them out of here. But in reality, they weren't doing no harm. You were doing more harm than they were. The only harm they were doing were their toys, because I'd let them play all the time. Lexi, quit. Come here. But, like I said, I never got in any trouble or anything because my dogs were always, in immaculate shape. I always had what they needed. Always got... I know you've seen some of my videos and some of my pictures where the dogs got vet tags on them. Yes, they go to the vet. They get everything they need. And, that's how it was for a while, People just no knowledge and doing what they could to get rid of the dogs, but there was no chance that they would ever separate me from this breed because my love for these dogs run deep. I learned from them, they learned from me. And like I said, I've been in it for almost 10 years. That may not be a lot to some people. I know a few people that have been in dogs for 20, 30 years, but to other people, they may not been in it that long. They may be in it for 4 years. I got double that time. And I don't know everything about these dogs. I know people that know way more than me. I'm just, sharing my information of what I've learned with these dogs over the past years. And my experiences and these dogs and the temperament of these dogs. And I see on the news all the time, pit bull this, pit bull that, when, 99% of the time it's not even a real pit bull. And there's camps out here that breed, bullies or Dobermans or whatever type of dog it is, And they're breeding these dogs and training these dogs to bite you and me and, trained to be aggressive towards human, yet you never hear about them type of dogs. And then if you're training that dog to bite you, and it ends up biting you, what do you expect? But yeah, they claim this to be the biting type dog when it's not. Which I don't knock no dog, I don't knock nobody. Whatever you doing, that's cool. That's you, this me. Just don't knock my dogs or this type of breed, for you not knowing about the breed. And it's just a little information that, I decided to give, and I also learned from other dogmen, It's nothing but positivity with these dogs. I've learned from older dogmen. I learned from younger dogmen. I can't lie, shit. I've learned from older people because, you know, they got way more experience, but also, you know, listen out to the young people because they might have new ideas. They might have stuff that works better. You know, you just never know in the dog game because, I mean, everybody got their own opinion, you know, and if I like it, I'll try it, you know. And but like I was saying, if I like it, you know, I'll try it, you know. But I learn a lot from the older people, you know. I know a lot of dogmen that are true dogmen, you know. And I don't consider myself a breeder neither, you know. I haven't, in the 10 years that I've been in it, I could count on one hand how many times I bred. So I don't consider myself a breeder neither. I've only bred about 4 times. I bred dogs 4 times. And it's only because I needed to, you know, to make them stronger or to outcross because they were too strong, you know, on that, too tight on that blood. And, you know, that's the only reason I bred, or for the new generation of dogs, you know, because dogs are getting older, like Fat. She's, you know, 7 years old, so she's not getting bred anymore. She was only bred twice and she's not getting bred anymore. So I needed, you know, a daughter off of her so I could, you know, preserve her line and keep her line strong. And all these dogs are ADBA, and, you know, I know if some of y'all know about wild side kennels, you know, they're not around anymore. You know, I know some people have their dogs. I know that because I have one of them. And I think out of all these dogs, you know, Fat, the wild side hub pedigree, I think has some of the oldest stuff, and I think I could trace her back longer or farther back more than anyone else. And so I have to preserve that and keep it nice, and, you know, add to it, add to her line some of the dogs that coincide her stuff, and, you know, can even better her line, you know. So, but that's the reason, you know, and I don't, like I said, I don't really breed much, but the reason I do breed is for that. I really ain't open to the public. I just now recently started making, you know, videos to share some of my experiences and maybe, you know, open up a little bit to the public, to the people that don't know about this breed, so they can learn a little bit from it. And I've never sold a pup. I mean, it's just the type of dogman I am. I'd like to, when I started, you know, I was wanting to get good dogs and start a line that I could trust and believe in, and can back my name up, and, you know, hard-working dogs, but loving, smart, caring dogs. So, you know, if I ever do decide to sell pup, you know, the people that buy, or the person that buys it, can have all trust in that dog to do whatever it wants to do. You know, these dogs will give you 100% whatever you want them to do. So, you know, in the future, I probably will have to sell pup. You know, I can't keep all puppies. You know, like I said, in my past videos, I don't know if I ever said it, but I don't need 14, 15 dogs. I mean, I don't need that. I stick to like 4 or 5. You know, and shout out to some of the real dogmans out there, man. They know what they're doing. I mean, shout out to my brother, my kennel partner. Shout out to Thompson. You know, shout out to Joe out there in Cali. I mean, these real dogmen that doing the thing, they got way more experience than me. You know, and give me tips and talk to me and tell me, you know, and give me more knowledge. And like I said, there's also young people that give me knowledge, you know. I get hit up a lot, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got some pups for sale, you got this, you know, and I don't breed dogs many times. I don't breed a lot, you know. I still don't plan on breeding for a while, you know. I probably got a couple years if I decide to even make a breed. And when it do time to breed and sell, you know, it's gonna go to people that have knowledge. It's not gonna go to people that don't have knowledge, you know. or at least people that want to get the knowledge, that want to have hands-on and to be a part of this great breed. Because like I said, they don't want to harm you. They don't want to bite you. You know, they don't want to attack you. This real American Pitbull Terrier is here to, I'm not going to say please you, but here to, you know, give you their all. That's what I'll say. They're here to give you their all. If you want them to run, they're going to run. If you want them to pull weights, they're going to pull weights. If you want them to be on a slap mat, they're going to be on a slap mat. If you want them to play, they're going to play. You know, and there's even some real American Pit Bulls that have the drive, that I know that have insane drive, you know, but when their owners say sit, they'll sit. You know, that's the smart dogs right there. It's not saying, oh, nah, that must not be a true American Pit Bull, he you know, sit. Nah, that's a true American Pit Bull, but they're so true to their owner and want to please their owner, they'll sit when they say sit, you know, but when it's time to work, you know, they give their all, 100% with a drive, insane drive. And that's just a little bit about these dogs. And, you know, they're not human aggressive. And overall, they're great dogs. I think this is one of the best breeds out there. Like I said, if you got other breeds, you know, I don't knock you, and I don't expect you to knock me. I mean, I know there's people out there that probably will just because of the type of dog it is, but but if you have other dogs and you knock me, then, you know, maybe you should get some education about this breed. Because overall, this, I think, in my opinion, this is the best breed right here. Look how good she looks. Look how good the dogs in my videos look and the pictures that I put up, you know. Outstanding bulldogs. They ain't, you know, Legacy, quit chewing on leash. You know, she's still a pup. Legacy's only 6 months. But she's learning. And she's got the drive so far, man. She's 100%. She's always on go right now. I just took her for a walk. It's kind of hot out, so she's pretty calm right now. But that's just, you know, some information I want to give out to some of y'all people. You know, there's probably more that I know, but I know there is more that I know. But I don't want to make this video too long, and, you know, some of y'all just need to get hands-on experience with this type of dog. And how I feel like they're branded the worst dog, but yeah, they're the best dog. It's really the people, you know, in my experience, it's the people that's doing more harm than they are. And, you know, if you're a real dogman, man, keep being a real dogman no matter what anybody says, you know. Like I said, my love for these dogs will never be broken no matter who, what, when, where, what happens. You know, like I said, I've been through a lot of bullshit, but I've been through a lot of good too with these dogs. You know, I met a lot of good people. And it's not even about me and good people, it's about these dogs, amazing dogs, you know. Every one of my dogs I consider amazing just because what they bring to the table, whether it's mouth, drive, you know, and all of them are beautiful, man. Just the type of dogs they are, they're beautiful to me. And shout out to myself because, like I said, I got pups out here from my older dogs. I got pups off fat and I got pups off rehab. And, you know, shout out to myself for making them breedings and making it happen. and not many people have the few people, I say maybe two, that do have the son on rehab or the daughter or son off fat. You know, can really tell you, you know, these are great dogs. Not only the looks, but the temperament and the workability. And, you know, but it's just a little bit about myself. And y'all have a good day, blessed day. And, you know, listen to some of the older dogmen too. Like I said, there's more people out there with way more experience than me that could probably tell you a whole bunch more. But that's just some of the stuff that I've been through and you know, a little bit about these dogs. But y'all have a blessed one.